As tributes poured in from all corners of the world, it became clear that Malcolm-Jamal Warner was not just an actor, a musician, or a poet. He was a movement, a quiet revolution wrapped in cool confidence, a walking symphony of soul, wisdom, and unwavering purpose. His passing forced many to pause and reconsider how we measure greatness. Is it the number of awards won, the records sold, the magazine covers? Or is it perhaps something deeper, something invisible but undeniable, the imprint a person leaves on the hearts they've touched? In Malcolm's case, the answer is crystal clear. His greatness was not confined to a single moment, role, or headline. It was in the consistency of his character. It was in the way he treated people, especially those who had nothing to offer him in return. He didn't perform kindness for applause. He lived it. And as we reflect on his journey, we realize something important. Malcolm's legacy is not one that simply ended. It expanded. Because while the man may no longer walk among us, his influence continues to ripple. Every young actor of color who dares to be complex instead of cliché stands on his shoulders. Every musician who dares to fuse poetry with jazz, who plays bass, not for fame, but for freedom, channels his spirit. Every advocate who chooses impact over image, substance over spotlight, is part of the blueprint he helped draw. And let's not forget, Malcolm-Jamal Warner was funny. Not just the on-screen kind of funny, but the kind that sneaks up on you in a casual conversation. He could disarm tension with a clever line or a sharp observation. Humor wasn't his shield, it was his bridge. It allowed him to connect, to level with people from all walks of life. Whether he was on set, on stage, or in a school auditorium, Malcolm made people feel seen, heard, and understood. One unforgettable story surfaced from a struggling high school in Newark, New Jersey. A teacher had reached out to a few public figures, hoping for anyone, to come speak to her students about resilience, purpose, and self-worth. Most never responded. But a week later, Malcolm showed up. No entourage, no press release. Just him, a notebook full of spoken word pieces, and his bass guitar. He didn't deliver a scripted speech. He sat on a stool, plugged in his guitar, and told the truth about his fears, his doubts, his growth. He shared how even with success, he struggled with feeling enough, smart enough, talented enough, black enough, real enough. He shared how art saved him, how therapy changed him, how choosing authenticity over popularity made him freer than fame ever could. The students, many of whom had already written themselves off, sat in stunned silence. Some cried, some smiled. All of them walked away changed. That moment, it never made the news, but it made a difference. And that was the Malcolm way. Do good, then keep it moving. Don't wait for credit. Let the impact speak. In the weeks following his death, musicians held tribute sets in his honor, blending bass lines he would have loved with poetry he could have written. Spoken word artists from New York to LA hosted open mics titled The Warner Words, where people shared stories, verses, and emotions sparked by Malcolm's influence. Schools started scholarship funds in his name, not for straight A students, but for those with fire in their souls and music in their bones. For the misfits, the late bloomers, the artists of tomorrow. And fans, oh the fans. They flooded social media with love, but not the generic kind. These were real stories. He helped me get through depression. His poetry made me feel human again. I picked up the bass because of him. Theo showed me it was okay to mess up, and as long as you grow. The outpouring wasn't performative. It was personal. Some called him underrated. Others called him a hidden gem. But truthfully, Malcolm-Jamal Warner wasn't hiding. He was simply too authentic for the noise. He didn't chase headlines. He chased healing. He didn't seek fans. He sought connection. And in doing so, he carved out a legacy that is both rare and eternal. There's something sacred about a person who chooses depth over fame, who prioritizes soul over spectacle. Malcolm didn't just entertain, he elevated. He reminded us that black men could be tender, poetic, reflective, powerful, and proud, all at once, that we could embrace complexity, honor vulnerability, and still walk with strength. As the music world continues to evolve, his influence lingers in the background like a bass line that holds the groove together without demanding the spotlight. As the acting world shifts toward richer representation, his early contributions stand as a foundation. As social consciousness grows louder, his quiet but persistent advocacy remains a blueprint. So what do we do now? We honor him, not by mourning forever, but by continuing the work, by creating, by mentoring, by loving louder, by listening deeper, by living more intentionally, by telling the stories that matter, even if nobody's watching, by playing our instruments, writing our poems, raising our voices, and choosing our peace. And we share this message right here, right now. To every viewer watching this tribute video, take a moment, hit like if you've ever been touched by Malcolm-Jamal Warner's work, subscribe if you believe in preserving the stories of those who made a real difference, quietly but powerfully. And most importantly, leave a comment sharing your reflection. Maybe it was a favorite scene, a moment of inspiration, a lyric, a poem, a memory, whatever it is, let it live, let it breathe, let the world see the ripple. Because his story isn't just his, it's ours. It's a mosaic of all the lives he touched, and that includes you. So let's carry it forward together. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you for being exactly who you were. Your melody lives on.